Okay, guys. Well, welcome to our first kind of guest call we've had since the relaunch of Posh. I'm so happy that you could make it. Heather is joining us today, and she's going to be going over some of the questions that you guys submitted. Do remember that Heather is not a part of product development here at Posh. So some of the questions that were relevant to specific products, she may not hit on. I kind of kept those off, but she will hit on a majority of the questions that we talked about. I also want to reiterate that you have your June bingo board and the attend our team question and answer for tonight is a corner one. So if you get four corners, you get two bingo boards. So a great one to cross off. And we will jump right in. Welcome, Heather. I'm super excited to have you. I'm going to give you some time to kind of introduce yourself and go as, I mean, we gave you kind of a 30-minute window because I didn't want to overwhelm you. But if it takes 15, that's fine. If it takes 45, that's fine. And you let me know if there's anything you need me to pop in and help with as far as questions. But I'm going to give you the floor. Thank you for doing this for us.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I'll start off with introducing myself. My name is Heather. I am a licensed esthetician at Moonrock Massage Therapy and Spa. And I decided to become an esthetician because I really got kind of fed up with my own skin. So I wanted to learn about ways that I can deal with that. I also just love making people feel beautiful too. So giving them time to relax and unwind. I thought that was really important. So I was able to answer most of the questions. Actually, I think I answered all of them. So I can just go ahead and jump right into the questions. And if there's any other questions, I'm happy to try to answer those too.
Okay, well, I will keep eye on the chat just in case so you don't have to know what's going on over there. I know that kind of squirrels me. So I will kind of let you go through, state the question, kind of what you have to say about it, and then if you need me to jump in at all, just let me know and I'll keep an eye on the chat for you.
Okay, sounds good. I did write them down, so I'll be referring to my notes. So if you see me looking down, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to start off with the first question, and that is, what are the essential steps in basic skincare, and how can it be simplified for someone that's new and overwhelmed? That's a very popular question. The basic steps to skincare that you want to apply twice a day, so in the morning and in the evening, you want to do a double cleanse. So you want to start with an oil cleanser, and then you want to use either a gel cleanser or a cream cleanser, just depending on your skin type. And then you want to tone your skin, because what that's going to do is going to bring your pH back on your skin. So that way we're good there. You want to use some serums. These are going to be things that are going to have more active ingredients that are going to target areas of concern. And then moisturize is going to be the last step. For someone that's new and might be just overwhelmed by the fact that there's so many steps to wash your face, the main things that I would definitely focus on is cleansing and toning and moisturizing. Those are going to be your key things that you're going to want to do for your daily facial regimen. Usually with the serum, I wanted to add too, usually you're going to do the serums at night, unless it's vitamin C. You can do that during the day. But we do want to make sure, which we go over later on, there's some active ingredients that you don't want to combine together. So I think there was a question on that, and I'll make sure I touch base on that. The next question was, what is the correct order in doing your products? You always want to do thinnest to thickest. So you're going to double cleanse, like I said, and then tone, and then You're going to apply the serum, moisturize, and then definitely protect during the day. Even if it's cloudy, it's really important to make sure you're protecting your skin with an SPF. Um, any questions on that? I mean, another thing too is it's really important to moisturize even if you are oily, because what happens is that if you don't moisturize and you are oily, your skin is going to start producing more sebum, which is what we feel on our skin when it's oily. So it's going to start trying to compensate for that moisture. So it's really important to do a moisturizer.
No, I think you were spot on with all that, Heather. I think the only thing that we need to recognize as advocates right now in the relaunch process is some of these things are available to us and some of these things will be available to us later. So any
Mm-hmm.
of these notes that Heather is giving us are a great chance for us to ask for and request for these kind of things to be added to our product line. Um, if you have questions about the double cleansing, why they do that, please feel free to put it in there. Heather can go over that, but that is kind of like a normal thing that people do if they do a full skincare routine. But if you're like me, I do the easy one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
double double cleansing is just going to focus on makeup, sunscreen, any of those things that are on your skin. It's going to dissolve all that, so that way when you're going in with your cleanser, it's actually going to benefit your skin and really get your skin clean. And a lot of times you can use an oil cleanser. I have oily skin and I use an oil cleanser as well, and it does not cause you to break out. It doesn't do any of those things. You just would get something that's more sensitive
We
skin.
have the bamboozled, which is going away. That would be your optimal double cleanser, kind of like how Heather's talking with our product line. That would remove the gunk, the makeup, all of that ahead of time. So just kind of referencing one of the products we do have, that would be great as a double cleanser.
Right. Our next question is, how should skincare routines be adjusted for different seasons? As you know, like we live in Iowa, which is really unpredictable when it comes to the seasons. So for a cold environment, you're going to use formulations that create a barrier, so they're going to protect your skin. So you would be more, for example, you would use a moisturizing cream as opposed to like a gel. Um, as far as like humidity, things like that, you're going to use things such as um, things that don't create a lot of lipids, and lipids are fats. So you don't want to use those because that can cause breakout. So you can definitely use serums and face oils. It's just, you just got to be really careful on how many you're using during high humidity seasons like we have right now. Um, Common mistakes that people make. Um, I thought this was really hard because like there's so many common mistakes, but like I was saying earlier, I'm just not using sunscreen even if it's cloudy out. It's just it's really important. Even using tanning beds or anything like that, just one session in a tanning bed can cause skin cancer. So melanoma is 20%. Squamous cell carcinoma is 67%, and basal cell carcinoma is 29%, and that's just one session in a tanning bed. So use sunscreen regardless of cloud coverage. It's just really important. Um, Another thing that I kind of see some mistakes with is not using moisturizer, even with oily skin, like I was talking about that. Doing this, like I said, is going to produce more sebum or more oil on your skin just to compensate for the moisture. Um, Number three, not exfoliating. So I'm not sure if everybody knows what an exfoliator is, but an exfoliator is just like a grainy cream that you can use on or a gel that has beads in it that you can use on your face. It's super important to do that at least once or twice a week. Even um, with oily skin, it's important to maybe do it 2 to 3 times a week because what you're wanting to do is get those dead skin cells out of the pore. So that way you're not having breakout. Um, if you have really dry, sensitive skin, just limiting once a week to maybe every other week would be important.
So
Um,
we have Heather, we have the BFF. I don't know if you remember that. So that would be our main, most popular exfoliating face wash for most of the girls on here. I think Victoria is our newest advocate, but the BFF would be a great recommendation for an exfoliating cleanser, like what Heather's talking about.
yeah, it's definitely important to do. And plus, it's going to give you that glow too. So, having healthy skin, exfoliating just a really important part of your skincare regimen. The next question was natural ingredients or self-care practices that I am a fan of is oatmeal and honey. Oatmeal and honey can be used as a cleanser or a mask. So this soothes and moisturizes the skin. So I know that you have, because I think I've used it before. I'm it's B, yeah, I think it's that. Yeah.
This one's in. So we have right now, we have a huge last chance sale, which is actually turning over a lot of products for new product line coming in. But this one right here, Show Me the Honey, this facial mask that would be
Mhm.
absolutely amazing, like what Heather's talking about. So yeah, we have that one on clearance right now.
Well, and honey is really good too for acne scarring too. It can help fade acne scarring as well. So it's got some great benefits to it. You can make a rice water cleanser. So this can be made as a cleanser or as a toner, and it has a ton of rich antioxidants in it. So just um, letting it soak and using the water that way. Um, a blueberry mask. A blueberry mask is rich in antioxidants and it can help detox the skin. So sometimes if you're experiencing a lot of breakout or anything like that, that's really important to get that in too. I know that I don't know if you still carry it or not, but you have like a blueberry yogurt cleanser, I think, or something like that.
Yes. So we have FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
FOMO is being revamped because FOMO before used to foam really well. When it got revised, it does not foam as
Oh.
well, but it's an amazing cleanser. So, like Heather, if you had never tried FOMO and you got FOMO because it is the blueberries and yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
amazing cleanser. The only issue we're having is previous customers are used to the foam, so they use it and they're like, why isn't it foaming? And it says foaming face wash. So it is
Yeah.
in last chance sale. So Heather's recommendations here would be great for you guys to recommend it to people still, even though it's not a foaming face cleanser, because it still will do amazing things. So yeah, the blueberries and yogurt.
Mm-hmm. That's actually one of my personal favorites because I think I've gotten that from you before and I really like it.
It's
Yeah.
a good one.
Because then I have because I have very acnetic skin, so it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Another thing that you can use is green tea. You can use this as a mask to help brighten a hyperpigmentation. And it can also protect your skin. So there's actually an esthetician that I follow on TikTok, and she actually uses this as part of her facials, and uses the green tea water on the face as cleansing and getting product off. So I highly recommend that one. Um, some red flags, customers with reactive or sensitive skin red flags. Um, with sensitivity with eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, or environmental sensitivity, you're going to increase your hydration. So make sure that you're using like a cream or something that's really going to get into that skin barrier and help moisturize your skin. You definitely want to stay away from fragrances or anything with alcohol in it or harsh exfoliants. So, with any of those things, like I said, the eczema, psoriasis, rosacea. Rosacea is when you get the red cheeks. Um, that would definitely help with that. Reactive skin, um, such as like myself, like I have acne skin, I have acne. And so you're going to decrease your oil production using only salicylic acid or niacinamide, which niacinamide is great. It's going to help fade acne scars, and the salicylic acid actually provides an exfoliant and helps with dead skin cells. You're definitely going to want to stay hydrated and have a balanced diet, um, and stay away from mineral oils. Mineral oils would be like Vaseline, coconut oils, shea butter, and like I said, alcohol based products. So definitely stay away from those. A lot of times, like people are like, oh, it's drying out my acne. Well, what it's actually doing is killing your skin barrier. So it's really important to stay away from that. Um, let's see. It looks like the next question is what products are good, right for young skin? So, basic skincare actually starts with a skin analysis, which you can go to any esthetician or anywhere and get a skin analysis, or you can do it yourself. So, there's lots of videos and stuff on how you can figure out what your skin type is. But basically, a guide is if you have pores all the way to your ears, you're going to be more oily. If you're going to have pores through here, it's going to be more of combination skin. And then dryness in the cheeks would be dry skin. Um, like I said, you're going to stay away from fragrance and harsh ingredients. A basic routine should include a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen, like we mentioned earlier. For the cleanser, it should be soap free and fragrance free. The moisturizer should be lightweight and oil free. And the SPF should be a mineral sunscreen. So that means it should be oil free. And the sunscreen should be SPF 30 or more to be beneficial. You're going to stay away from anti aging products. This can cause irritation. And it's also very important to be consistent with your skincare routine.
Okay,
Uh,
so I'm gonna ask a question because I'm not
sure.
standing here. So one of the things that I've seen with teenagers is their lack of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on we have a bar that's called Perfect, and it is a facial bar. It's designed to be a facial bar. What is your take on recommending something like that for a teenager to get them on a consistent washing basis? Do you find a problem with that?
Um, I mean, I think like when you're, especially when you're in the tweens, I think like just sometimes the hygiene in general can be kind of hard during that age group. But I think a good way to get a routine in place is maybe you could set up like a visual guide on what needs to be done and they can just check it off, you know. But yeah, that's
Yeah. I just
yeah.
didn't know because I know I have heard some people say that they don't recommend facial bars. I actually use the facial bar, so I just was seeing
I
what
think
you
as
think.
long as it's not, if it's not like Dove soap, like because I've heard people come in and they've used Dove soap or body bars, but if it's a facial bar, it's more for your facial skin. So I think it would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think next month we're recommending the Perfect and our zip patches. So I thought
Yeah. There
I'd
you
ask.
go. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I had a question about the Purifier Skin Stick for eczema and rosacea. Is that a product that you carry?
Yeah, I didn't know if you would have basics on that. So our skin sticks, do you remember? I don't know if you ever tried our healer stick, which is our shea butter stick. A lot of people use it for skin irritation. Any kind of like eczema, psoriasis, things like that, they'll use the Shea Healer Stick. The difference with the Purifier Stick, it actually has tea tree oil in it. So I'm not sure who submitted that one. So I'm guessing they're looking at more of like the shea butter tea tree oil mix as being kind of a recommendation for something like that.
I think it's a great combination it's gonna target on it's an anti-inflammatory. It can lessen irritation on the skin. Um, it helps fight germs as well. It's an antibacterial, reduces infection and stops the infection from spreading. And it's also an antiseptic, so it can be soothing as well, especially for people that have rosacea or eczema. And it's an antioxidant, so it's going to protect the skin too. So I think it sounds like a great product to definitely use for any kind of skin irritation.
Yeah, we've also recommended it for young kids when they have lice. They put it
Oh,
at the
yeah,
base of their neck,
right.
bug bites, bug repellent, things like that. So yeah, it's our skin sticks are pretty amazing. So I think they were just looking for other alternatives to use it for.
Yeah, and the shea butter is also anti-inflammatory too, so it can definitely help with that. And it's great for moisturizing, as we know, and it helps soothe the redness and irritation too. Um, it can help with uneven skin tone. Is there a question about uneven skin tone?
So I think so it is there anything I can do to help my uneven skin tone on my face besides covering it up with makeup? As I've gotten older, I am getting more and more dark spots. So I'm guessing if they're similar to me, SPF because melasma,
Right.
the discoloration, and
Yeah.
maybe age spots too. So any recommendations on that would be amazing.
Using just staying on your hydration and like you mentioned, the SPF is going to be super important because if you don't, it's actually going to cause it to get darker and it could spread more. So just really just stay on that balance, keeping the skin balanced with hydration um and protection, I think is going to be really important.
As an esthetician, when someone comes in and they're looking for a product line to maybe, besides SPF, do you have like a serum or an ingredient that you would recommend for uneven skin tones, like vitamin C?
Vitamin C. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had a client today that came in and she had a lot of it going through here and through her nose. And we did like an enzyme, like a raspberry enzyme peel on her. And you know, you doing things like that will consistently will help fade those as long as you're using your sunscreen and staying hydrated.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, facial hair. There was a question about facial hair. Um,
I think
I mean,
that one
easily,
I think that
huh?
one pops up a lot because they see a lot of those videos now with the
The dermaplaning.
dermaplaning. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I will admit I'm a hairy girl, so I actually
Yeah. I haven't experienced using dermaplaning yet because, like, where I went to school, they didn't teach that. So, but I am planning on getting certified in it through Circadia, which is like a great brand. But other than that, I would just recommend waxing. And waxing actually does last a long time. I mean, about 4 to 6 weeks. So it's not like you have to go every 2 weeks to get waxed, but that'll take care of it for sure. Um, the next question was about collagen. I started just taking notes, but I didn't write down the question. There was a collagen
Yeah.
question.
The question was, do collagen oral supplements or topical collagen products provide significant improvement to the skin?
I think that collagen does help with elasticity. It helps keep the skin plump and supple. Um, Lifestyle, honestly, really matters as far as, you know, keeping your skin hydrated, eating healthy, um, drinking plenty of water, using sun protection. Oral supplements can be a little bit more effective than like using a powder, in my opinion, and what I've learned. So I would definitely, if you're going to use collagen, definitely use a supplement like a capsule. Um, red light therapy. Red light therapy is effective. It actually boosts collagen production and can be very effective if done with serums. So, let's say you have hyperpigmentation and you want to start focusing on that, we would use a red light and with a vitamin C serum and that would sit for about 15-20 minutes with like either a red light mask or sometimes you can get like a dome as well and use it that way. This actually helps the serums. It kind of boosts their performance that are used. Red light can also help with rosacea and as well as sensitive skin. Like I said, it decreases the discoloration as well. Um, like we were talking about earlier, there are some products that you want to stay away from using together. So the important ones that I kind of found that were most popular is using retinol and a benzoyl peroxide. So a benzoyl peroxide is used a lot with acne and drying up flare ups. So using both are very potent and can be used for acne, but mixing can cause irritation and can cancel out each other's effectiveness. So using those together, it's not going to do you any good. So stay away from using both of those. Vitamin C and AHAs and BHAs. And AHA is an alpha hydroxy acid, and a BHA is a beta hydroxy acid. Those are both used for exfoliation. Vitamin C is acidic, and mixing can lead to a damage and compromised skin barrier. So using those together can also lead to irritation as well. Mixing AHAs and BHAs with retinol can lead to dryness and irritation and apply at different times of the day or on alternating days if you are wanting to use those. So, like for example, you might apply, your AHA in the morning or BHA in the evening. Another one to stay away from, which a lot of people do this, but niacinamide and vitamin C together, um, that can cause the effectiveness of the product. So not using those together. Um, let's see. And I think that's all I had for that. Then
Those
is
are
there any?
really good. I think those will be things that as our product line develops more into our serums and some of those other products, that knowing those kind of mixes will help us for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, the vitamin C and the niacinamide are really popular that people want to use together, but that's definitely we want to stay away from that. Um, there was a question about hormonal acne. Um, I'm not sure what the question was
Yep, I
specifically.
can read it for you. And I
Okay,
think Shay is one that gets affected by that. I get
I
affected
am
by
too.
that. Heather. So
Hormonal acne crew.
yeah, the worst. I mean, I didn't have it
It's
bad when I was young. It got bad as I got older.
same here.
So was the last question. For those suffering from hormonal acne, what steps can they take? Products should they be using to help lessen the outbreaks besides getting aid from hormonal supplements?
Um, Acne starts with gut health. So what happens is, um, if we have any toxins or anything like in our body, it starts to come out through our skin. So using lymphatic drainage, things like that will help with the hormonal acne. You want to use, or you want to eat healthy and liver detoxifying foods. So foods like that could be broccoli, garlic, citrus fruits, things like that can help provide with detoxification. And because they are rich in antioxidants, which aids the liver's natural cleansing process. So that's what I found is that I was like, why am I having so many problems with my hormonal acne? But and it's just definitely cleansing the liver and getting our gut health right. So taking probiotics, prebiotics, things like that is really important. You want to use gentle cleansers on your face twice a day. Benzoyl peroxide helps with removing bacteria and excess oil, so you can definitely use that. But like I said, let make sure that you don't um, mix that with. I think it was the retinol. Was what I said. But definitely, yeah, stay away from that. Salicylic acid, like I said, we were talking about that, and that is a good exfoliant. It's going to help with the dead skin cells in the pores. Um, it exfoliates and reduces inflammation. So, like I said, it does great things. I use it every night. Retinoids are good to use. That stimulates cell turnover and unclogs pores and reduces inflammation. And azelaic acid, which is starting to become really popular right now, that actually kills bacteria. So azelaic acid is a great one for hormonal acne as well. So, and that is all I have.
Thank you so much. I don't want to bombard Heather with any like tons of extra questions, but if you have a question on anything that we talked about, maybe that you don't understand or you'd like her to explain a little bit more, um, feel free to put that in the comments or unmute. We'll give you a minute or two. Heather's going to get some Posh products from me for spending some time with
Yay!
us. So super excited. She picked out a few things. She picked out this this one.
I'm
She'll
very
love that
excited.
one. It's a good one. She picked out a good one.
Yeah, I
Um,
just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, thank
No
you for having
questions,
me
but
on.
yeah,
That's
this was very insightful.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
And enjoy those products because they're amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Those are my favorite.
oh,
Good.
Deborah must have missed. Was there any thoughts on the red light therapy? Sorry if I missed that. Products to use with it. Do you want to reiterate that, Heather? What you said about the red light therapy?
Sure. Let me go back here and find my notes. The red light therapy boosts collagen production. So it can be done with any serums and it just helps boost the performance. So like I said, like using vitamin C would be a good one to use. Uh, and it also helps with like the rosacea and any flare ups that you might have on your skin. But any serums, it's really beneficial to use with it. Mm-hmm.
So Stacy's on here, and Stacy was a part of a line. And when we had a line, we actually had a red
Oh,
light therapy wand, and it was used with serums, just as you were
yep,
saying, you'd place the and then you would rub it over your face for the time being. So I know Stacy's on here. She might still have her red light wand.
yeah, yeah.
And actually, I was just telling Malia, I'm like, I still have that upstairs. I'm going to go get it
Go plug it
because
in,
I
find the
have
plug in and use
melasma.
it. We have
Yeah.
it. Stacy said I still use mine. So yeah,
Yeah,
little portable, little red
Yeah.
light one. And you can pick these
very
up.
beneficial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much.
And some devices have different lights. Like I know what I have at the spa, it has red light, green light, blue light. It has different, and they some can help with acne,
Yeah,
and
I've
some can
heard
help with
that.
rosacea and collagen.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
yeah,
Well, I don't see any other questions. Heather, thank you so much. I
no
appreciate it.
problem.
You were such a trooper when I messaged you and you're like, "Oh, sure." And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, no problem. No problem. And if anybody needs any skincare advice or wants to get a facial or lash lifts or any of that, definitely come see me at Moonrock Massage Therapy and Spa.
yeah, I'll definitely have to get a hold of you and come see you for sure. A lot of
Yeah.
our girls are all over the United States. I think Barb would be the one of the closest. She's Sioux City, Iowa. But yeah, we appreciate you very,
No
very much.
problem.
And your products will go out in the mail tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Thank you guys. I will put the recording, I will upload it to YouTube and put it on our team page. So it'll probably take a little bit, but I'll get it up by tomorrow for you. All right. Thank
Thank you
you.
guys.
Have a
Have
good
a
night,
good
guys.
night. All right. Bye.
Thanks, Heather.
Yep.